Good morning, students. In the last class, we have seen process details of and plasma arc machining, each part and what is its function, how terminals are connected in power supply, what is the role of cooling mechanism, and what kind of workpieces or workpiece material that can be machined by plasma arc machining. These we have discussed in the last session. Today, we will see actual working principle of plasma arc machining. Before that, we'll see quickly once the construction. See here, this one, basic construction. We'll be having an electrode, cooling water system mechanism, pipes or tubes around this electrode, plasma gas chamber. This is a plasma gas nozzle here. See this part. This is a nozzle structure, right? So this is a plasma nozzle, and here around the electrode, plasma gas is available. And this is our workpiece to be machined or cut, and this is our power source where electrode is connected to the negative terminal. As far as plasma gun or torch concerned, this nozzle is connected to the positive terminal. Coming to the workpiece, it is always anode. Inside construction, you can see this is the cross section, cut section of this. See, exterior casing, plasma turn cage. See, this is the plasma turn cage. Cooling liquid here, you can observe. Tungsten electrode is here. Plasma gas is sent from top in this structure. Source of power here, connected to electrode and workpiece. See, from the bottom end of this nozzle or plasma gun, see, to the place where the upper surface of the workpiece, that we call as working distance. See, this is the plasma gas plasma. See, this is the plasma gas, and out it will be a plasma, right? This is plasma phase of that particular gas, and this is the shielding gas or secondary gas, this around this plasma, and this is the workpiece. Okay, this is the basic construction. What happens? Plasma cutting, it is see, because of too many systems like plasma generation, shield gas generation, shield gas availability, or and supply and cooling mechanism, three systems. So obviously this one is a complex process, and the generation of plasma also little bit complex and to be controlled. It should be controlled one, otherwise that plasma state won't exist for long if the temperatures that are required are continuously changing or dropping. Okay, either the gas at the after that stage, when it is superheating stage, it tries to evaporate. It won't be stable at that stage. See, generally gases are unstable, right? So at that state, it won't be that stable, otherwise the temperature is maintained. Okay, so that is used in order to cut steel and other metals using a plasma torch. In this process, an inert gas is blown into at high speeds out of a nozzle. At the same time, an electrical arc is formed between what? The gas plasma and the workpiece cut. Okay, workpiece to be cut surface. Due to high concentration of energy in a limited space of material of the workpiece is warmed till the melting of a layer, and melted material is removed from the cut by the plasma jet. This is what happens. See, once this arc is generated between the two terminals of the power supply, the high heat at high velocity of plasma jet in the sense high velocity plasma is subjected to the workpiece, where immediately the surface gets heated up, nothing but warming, heated up and tries to get melted. Okay, once this melted material is formed, immediately it is removed out of the base material and the required cut is formed. This is the basic what happens in the plasma arc machining. See how this has two phases. Initially, pilot arc ignition and the arc transfer onto the workpiece. Two things you can observe in the figures. See, from the electrode, this is the plasma, and the arc is generated here. This is called a pilot arc, and this pilot arc is consists of high heat. Okay, this heat is carried away to the workpiece with the help of plasma, right? So this is called arc transfer. The arc is generated between gas ions and the electrode ions, right? Once this is initiated, we call it as a pilot arc ignition, pilot arc, which is ignited at this particular phase, and this arc is carried over to the workpiece material which we are removing, and this we will call as arc transfer. So in these two steps, it is going to machine the workpiece. The cutting procedure begins with arc ignition, which is a process consisting of several steps. Nothing but all the steps we have discussed in the previous slide. Plasma generation, plasma gas supply, cooling medium supply, gas shielding supply, all together giving power supply to the electrode and the nozzle, and the arc then the arc is generated. That's the steps of arc ignition. It starts with ignition, igniting a pilot arc, and arc discharge between electrode, cathode, and nozzle. Okay, we initially for arc ignition we have two terminals. What are they? As per construction, we have seen already. Electrode is given negative terminal, and the nozzle which is generating or passing the plasma gas is given the positive terminal. Nothing but plasma is given the positive terminal. Done in two ways that we have seen. See how this power is deviated. One is a short HF pulse applied to the electrode nozzle gap. Another is retract starting. What is this? Retract starting uses the pressure of the air supplied to torch to drive back a piston to which the electrode is ultimately connected. Position it is, sorry. Retraction is nothing but drawing back. Okay, what happens once the arc is ignited, the air is supplied there. Try to draw that intensity from the electrode and carry that arc towards the workpiece. That's what here happens. The electrode and nozzle start out in contact with an electric current running through them. When the electrodes retract, a pilot arc is created. Once pilot arc is created, the gas blows the pilot arc out of nozzle, thus creating an arc loop. Arc loop in the sense continuously. See, once ఇప్పుడు మనం ఐసీ ఇంజిన్స్ తీసుకున్నాం అనుకోండి, స్పార్క్ ప్లగ్ ఉంటుంది. స్పార్క్ ప్లగ్ జస్ట్ ఒక చిన్న స్పార్క్ ఇవ్వగానే ఆ స్పార్క్ మొత్తం ఫ్యూయల్ ఎలా బర్న్ చేస్తుంది? బికాస్ ఆఫ్ కంటిన్యూస్ స్పార్క్ జనరేషన్ ఆఫ్ ఈచ్ మాలిక్యూల్ ఆఫ్ by the burning of each molecule of the fuel, right? So similar way, once that pilot arc is ignited, this gas blows over that and it tries to create an arc loop out of the nozzle onto the workpiece. If the workpiece is in position between the range, working distance between only will be 5 to 15 mm, the arc will attach to the workpiece. The power supply will sense arc transfer and the nozzle will be removed from the circuit. See, this happens because of the circuit connection between workpiece, nozzle, and the electrode. Okay, automatically this sensing happens, and nozzle gets removed as a anode, and workpiece becomes anode, and the workpiece gets reduced due to the arc transferred over to it by melting and vaporization. This is what happens in the complete machining of using a plasma. We call this as plasma arc machining. And now we'll see these are the elements of plasma arc machining. What are they? Already we have seen what are the constructional parts. Now we'll see this plasma torch, nothing but plasma gun, gas supply mechanism, power supply unit, control console, cooling water system. So these gas supply, power supply, control console, cooling water system, all are different, all are won't be different from in each type of plasma or machining types, but the torch differs with the help of by the source which we are using or injecting. Air plasma torch, oxygen injected torch, dual gas system, water injected system. Nothing but if we are using air as a gas cooling system or shielding gas, then we will say air plasma torch. Oxygen injected, if we are using O2, then oxygen. Dual gas, if we are supplying some combination of gas, helium, neon, something like inert gases, combination of inert gases, then we will say dual gas system of plasma torch. Water injected torch, H2O, we can say water will also be used as shielding. That will be, these are the different types of plasma torches which we will see in the further classes. So once again I will just quickly give you the working principle. Nothing but, see, we have a supply between three connections. You can see here, workpiece will be anode, nozzle will be anode, electrode will be cathode. Once the power supply is given, plasma supply of gas is given, cooling is given, cooling water is cooling mechanism is initiated. The arc first initially, because of this circuit, see here switch circuit like thing is happen, and this is a HF, high frequency. So once this power supply is given to nozzle and electrode, once the plasma is around the electrode, it is going to generate an arc called pilot arc. Okay, see, we can say this. Once this pilot arc is initiated, and this pilot arc is looped, or we can say immediately it is taken over by the plasma gas throughout it, forming a plasma of high intensity heat. This is further transferred to the, because of this nozzle, it is very quickly transferred over to the workpiece. Whenever this workpiece is uh, receives that arc transfer, immediately this loop of the power supply activates and workpiece becomes anode, circuit switches, right? Immediately the workpiece gets reduced, it becoming a contact of the this plasma. Immediately the workpiece material gets reduced due to the high heat. This is how the plasma arc machining happens. Okay, we'll stop here. We'll see in the next class different types of torches.